Hi, my name is Angie, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. And I know there's hundreds or thousands of videos based on narcissists and sex, but I'm just going to chime into my own experience with narcissists and sex. I know in a lot of videos on YouTube that I've watched, they said a lot of narcissists do not like sex. I don't think particularly they do like sex, but a lot of them are good at it and they use it as their weapon to basically hold you hostage in that unfortunate situation. In my experience, I was dealing with a narcissist on and off for 6 years. And I think when I was in love with him, or thought I was in love, or whatever that was, that hypnosis they put on us, um, his sex was great, you know? And it wasn't until the end of the relationship where the veil was lifted, I saw him for who he truly was, um, that I was no longer satisfied. And it's not that he wasn't doing something right. I just wasn't into him any longer, basically. And when he noticed that is when he dumped me. He got rid of me. And that means that gave me the indication basically throughout the whole relationship, throughout the whole 6 years, that was his main weapon of keeping me was the sex, basically. Also what was really crazy is they will do anything to keep you as their supply. Now throughout the whole relationship I was madly in love with him. Of course I wanted to marry him. I wanted to have his children. I mean, I actually at the point he had me underneath this psychological control that I didn't care if he married me. Actually, I just wanted to have his child at least so we could have a bond to each other. And it was funny because throughout the whole 6 years, he would not. I don't want to be so graphic. He would not give me a child. He would not ejaculate inside of me. And I would beg him, oh, let's have a child together so we'll always be connected no matter what happens to us. And he wouldn't. That's the crazy thing about it. Now, when he started to feel I wasn't in love with him anymore, the connection wasn't there, he was losing the control over me. Do you know what this man did? He began to ejaculate inside of me. And at that point, of course, I didn't want a child by then. After the veil is, lifted, I did not want any children with this man. I didn't want to marry him. I basically was just, I guess, killing time until it was time for him to basically drop me. You know how we do. As humans, basically, I wasn't completely ready to walk away from that narcissist when you're not in love with the person anymore, but you're still attached to the sexual part of the relationship. But anyway, I was pissed off, and this is what they'll do. And I am telling you, I believe if I did get pregnant by this man, he probably would have made my life a living hell, or he would have just disappeared on me and left me with a child. And they're known to do things like that. They will knock you up, knock you up, knock you up, and will leave you with these children. And not even, they don't care if these children are eating, sleeping, pooping, going to school. They do not care. They are not attached. And anyway, with him, he was addicted to porn, magazines. This is like, a couple of years ago, going back maybe like 8 years ago, I'm going to say 6 to 8 years ago, I was with this individual, and he had a trunk in his car. It was like milk crates filled with just pornographic, just DVDs. I mean, if he was at work, he would call me, he was masturbating. He was in his car, he was masturbating. I mean, to me, they masturbate a lot. They would probably rather have sex with themselves versus having sex with another person, you know. All of the narcissists, whether they're women or men that I know, are big time porn users and masturbators. I mean, every single day, multiple times a day. Will ask you to send them pornographic pictures, nude pictures through cell phone, through email. I remember he would keep like photos of me, like in his glove compartment or his visor, above his steering wheel in his car. It was just like a constant thing. And they will try to get you to do very degrading sexual acts that you probably never ever imagined that you would do. I mean, he asked me to do everything. Things, and you know what? I'm not saying that those things are disgusting, but that's just not something that I want to do. Some people have threesomes. That's your thing. I'm not into threesomes. And he would constantly ask, oh, I want a threesome. Oh, I want anal sex. Oh, I want to, ejaculate on your face, or things. They want to cross the boundaries. They already know what you don't like, what you feel is degrading sexually, and they will try to get you to do it anyway. They will constantly ask you over and over and over again, because it's not about your comfort level. They want, see, this is also this, in a spiritual sense, this is also a spirit. This is a spirit that's inside them. This is a demon. This is a spirit and a demon that's tormenting their psychological movement, basically their brain pattern, so to say. And these particular spirits are there. They have to place shame, and they have to place guilt onto people. That's what they're doing to the person that's walking around with the spirit, and they're going to project that on everyone that they come across, basically. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone said they were with narcissists and the narcissist got them to do some really freaky shit. You know what I mean? um, Another thing, I had a covert narcissist that I don't think he liked sex at all. I know that he did. I know he masturbated every day. I know he watched porn every day. But he would look at me in a sexual way. He would kiss me, hug me, touch me. But when it came down to like actual intercourse, it seemed as if it was just like gross to him. Um, he thought oral sex was disgusting. Just like minor sexual acts were like disgusting to him. At one point he said it was just dirty, and I was just not, I was dirty, but just the sexual act, intercourse is dirty. And if I made a move on him sexually, it was like I'm acting like an info, but we had not had sex in weeks. You know what I'm trying to say? So they'll make you feel like you're not desirable. Some narcissists will make you feel like you're not pretty enough, you're not handsome enough, you're not desirable, your penis is not big enough, or your vagina is not good enough or wet enough or whatever. They'll make you feel like there's something wrong with you. How are you an nympho when you haven't had sex with this person in weeks or even months? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's either or. It's either like the real, they're all over you, they're like in rape mode when it comes to you, and then there's the other narcissist that is there to make you feel like shit, basically. Make you feel like you're unhuman for wanting sex when sex is just, a natural thing, basically. Um, Even if they are good at sex, always remember it's not for your pleasure. It is for that control over you. Some of them use sex as a weapon to control you, to keep you hostage in the abusive situation with you. Also, I noticed that if you're having sex with them and they're like about to get into it, like because of something that you're doing to them, they'll push you off. I don't know if that's ever happened to any of you, but they'll push you off because they don't want that control. They don't want that connection. I don't ever remember like a narcissist like cuddling me or making me feel like loved. It's, there's a difference between having sex, making love, and, excuse my language, fucking. And to me, I never felt I was made love to by a narcissist. You always feel like you're having sex or you're getting fucked, basically. And that's the feelings that they give you. I don't want this video to go too long, but I'm going to make more videos about sex of narcissists. So it's either very, low key, making you feel like they don't desire you at all. And no, you're not going crazy. Something is literally wrong with them. And then there's the ones that make you feel like, oh, you're not freaky enough. You can't keep up with me, or I got you under my spell. So kind of look for those two indications when you're, having your fun or you're dating or you're married. Like, pay attention to that. You're not going crazy. There's something off about these individuals. Peace and blessings. I will continue to make more videos.